It is named Bitcoin and Crypto Assets Paving the Way for the Next Wave of Adoption. And please welcome on stage James Aslett from Binance Charity. He will give a keynote on the vision of Binance Education Hub and the concept of EduFi. Stage is yours.
Thank you, sir. Guten Morgen. That's the last German that I'll be speaking today. I do apologise, and thanks for accommodating my English. I'm James from Binance Charity. We're the philanthropic arm of Binance, the asset exchange, and blockchain ecosystem provider. We at Binance Charity, I'm going to speak a little bit about what Binance Charity does and what we're doing here today, some of the challenges that we're trying to address with our education programs, and then we'll be moving on to a panel to dive down into a little bit more detail. So it's a pleasure to be here. These events always give me a massive buzz, and it's really good to be around people that are all passionate and excited about the same sorts of things as I am, whether it's at the moment blockchain and crypto. What Binance Charity does at the moment is operating within the education and humanitarian space, and what we're trying to do is drive a positive narrative around the use of crypto and blockchain within wider society. And we do that through investing in non-profits, working with government agencies, and collaborating with universities and academic institutions like Frankfurt School, and I'll come on to that a little bit more later. Where are we at now with crypto and blockchain? We're at, really the way I see it is that we're at a real pivotal moment within the journey of crypto and blockchain. We're particularly in the UK, I know it's similar in Germany. The adoption is at about 5 to 8%, ownership of crypto, depending on which report you read. And the early adopters, the low-hanging fruit, everyone in this room is already in and engaged, and that's great. But we've got a really big challenge to look at the next phase of adoption and engagement in this new technology. We're operating in an environment where there's negative news articles, there's skepticism, just like there was with Web 2, and lots of new technologies. And the way we believe is education is the key to unlocking the next phase of that. There are really good courses available at the moment where young people can learn about blockchain and crypto, and that's fantastic, but they're out of reach for a lot of people. And if you look around the room today, you'd agree that we often see the same people at these events, and that's fantastic, but we need to find a way to unlock and encourage more people from a diverse background and remove barriers that exist to enable people to learn about crypto and blockchain, whether that's for them to develop the skills to move into employment, or it's for their own, for their own citizenship and financial freedom. And that's what sort of Binance Charity is operating in at the moment, and there's 2 or 3 things that we're focusing on. The first thing I wanted to mention was about this idea of diversification, and in order for crypto and blockchain to become mainstream and work towards mass adoption, we need people to feel like it's a technology that's familiar and relevant to them. And moving away from the idea of speculation and moving towards use cases, real good, tangible use cases across different industries. We all know this already, but what we're trying to do at Binance Charity is to some of the work we're doing in Ukraine, I would happily to talk more about this offline, but we're funding microeconomies, working with local non-profits in Ukraine, Afghanistan, Iraq, in Kenya at the moment as well, universal basic income through crypto. So developing local merchants who we onboard to accept crypto as payment, and then provide direct crypto grants to refugees, migrants that are locked out of the traditional banking system. And this is really good, tangible impact that we see from crypto in these environments. And that's where we feel like more of these use cases that we can promote and talk about the positive impact that crypto and blockchain can have, particularly with the unbanked, and that's the humanitarian work. The second big challenge that we have at the moment is access, especially in the education space. If you want to learn about crypto, if you want to learn about blockchain, there's still only a small amount of educational institutions that have really good courses, like Frankfurt School. And in the UK, particularly where a university is super expensive, these courses are still limited to a small few. And if the future of blockchain and crypto needs to be full of people with diverse experiences and full of people bringing their own experiences and passions into building on blockchain. And at the moment, if we're still only limited to a small amount of people, then we're going to be hitting the same brick wall. And what we're pleased to announce today is that Binance Charity making a donation to the Frankfurt School and the DLT Talents program you've just heard here earlier. These courses they're a game changer. They're free, they're accessible, they're inspirational and full of really, really great teaching. And that's where Binance Charity, as well as what we're doing in Germany at the moment, this is the first stage of our of a much larger program that we're going to be rolling out across globally, but particularly today we're talking about the German market, and this is the first donation that we're making to an organisation we're very excited to be working with at Frankfurt School, and we hope that this is the start of something much bigger. And what we're going to be doing across Europe and across the world now is taking learnings from programs like DLT Talents, trying to support other educational institutions, teachers, professors, in the workplace as well, executive education. Because at the moment, there's still a lot of, people, it's still at a conceptual level, Web3 is hard for, people that are working at the front line in schools, universities, colleges. Unless you're in that handful of early adopters, it's really hard to get your head around and figure out how to start introducing these concepts in the classroom. And programs like DLT Talents and the Talents program generally, these insights and learnings, if we can take some of these, build a network of educators and governments and non-profits who are working in the community education space across the world, then we've got a really powerful network there. And that's where we hope to get to within the next 5 years. And Germany will be a really key market for us for that, because there's a huge opportunity here. The demand for blockchain skills from corporates and in the private sector is growing. The talent supply needs to keep up. And yeah, we're really excited to be working with Frankfurt School and building out this global network of educational partners. So that's a little bit about me and what we're doing at Binance Charity and with Frankfurt School. I'm going to pass over now to the education panel, and they're going to dive down into a little bit more detail into how education will unlock that next stage of mass adoption. I'm really happy to talk about any of the work that we're doing with anyone else, and if you see some opportunity to collaborate in the education space, I'm all ears. Thank you very much.